Project Manager for Applied Handling. This morning we're going to go through the safety procedures and the proper operation of your new dock equipment. The first thing that we want to focus on is the safety factor if you're going to be doing any kind of maintenance or having your employees do clean inside your continuous pit. So if you'd like to follow me, we're going to come around here. Now what we've got here, this is your main hydraulic cylinder. Just to the right of that, you see this pocket here. Underneath here, there is this rod. Now, when you're going to be doing maintenance, you want to lean down here, make sure that that is inserted into there, and what that will do, that will prevent this from coming down on you, even if a fork truck hits it. It'll stop this in its tracks. We never want to be under here doing any cleaning or repairs without installing that maintenance rod in there. The proper storage for the maintenance rod is to put it in here, and then you want to make sure that you put the keeper back in there, because if you don't, it could fall out and interfere with the operation of the unit. Well, I got to get the whatsy around here. Let's turn that off. There it goes. Just got to roll it around to the back side. You see now that will not come out. That applies also when you slide it through the hole. You want to put this pin lock in there. That means this cannot vibrate out or work its way out on accident. Now we're ready to do our operation of the leveler. So the first step we're going to want to do once the track backs in is we're going to want to walk around to the control box. You can see on the panel you have a variety of buttons here. The first one we're going to do is to engage the truck restraint, the lock button. Now, I have put a pair of vice grips out there to mock a trailer being there. And I will show you on the next unit in a minute what will happen if we push that button when there is not a truck there and there is a missing or damaged rig impact bar. So now that we've done that, we have a green light here, and we can see that we have a red light flashing on the outside of the building. This tells your driver he is secured to the dock, do not drive away, and it tells your forklift operators that they're safe to enter and exit the trailer. Then we're going to walk over here. We're going to unlatch the door. When you don't ever want to throw the door up really hard, you should just have to push it just like that, and it will gradually land in its naturally open position. Then we're going to come back over here. Again, always make sure nobody's in this pit area. Then we're going to push the lower button that will lower the deck unit into the trailer. Now our lip is going to fall off because it's not going to land in the rear of the trailer. When we get about right there, we're going to be in the back of the trailer. Now you're safe to enter and exit your trailer. When you're done, you want to do the opposite of that. You want to raise the unit back up to the stored position. These are intentionally go at this pace because if they go any faster, they could have a tendency to hit something or cause damage to the internal equipment. So they do run at this pace on purpose. Now, once that's in the stored position, we're going to walk back over. We're going to shut and lock our door. Now, one of the things to note when you're operating these, if someone ever gets that door not open all the way, that leveler will not move, will not do anything. There is a limit switch at the top of the track. This unit will only open when the overhead door is in the fully open position. Now, you're done loading, you've closed your door, you hit the unlock button. Now we have a red light inside that tells us that we cannot enter the truck. and you have a green light outside that tells the truck driver that he is now safe to depart the dock. Now, just one more thing, we'll walk over to the next dock and I'll show you what happens if a truck comes in, he's not square to the dock, he has a damaged or missing rear impact guard. When you try to lock it, you're going to get that horribly loud noise. Now, what we want to do is hit the horn override. Once we engage the horn override, you're going to have this flashing light. That's signaling the forklift personnel that you have a potential unsafe truck lock situation. What they're going to want to do is they're going to want to go out there and physically examine it. Is the truck not at the dock? Is it got a missing or damaged rear impact guard? Make adjustments accordingly. If you're unable to, then you want to wheel chalk it. The light outside, as you can see, is still red, telling the driver not to move away. Once you do that and you're done unloading and going through the process we just went through a few moments ago, you hit the override button again and hit the unlock button, and that'll put the unit back into its normal state. That's pretty much our demo on this. Is there any questions that you gentlemen have?
My only question is, can you explain a little more on the lip extend button that you were pushing earlier?
Oh, absolutely. Let me get this, let's do this again. Okay, now we're going to open the door. Okay, I did forget about the lip extend. When you, for example, let's say you have a truck that comes in and it has a couple pallets that are in the very end and you don't have room to extend the lip into the trailer. You're going to want to lower the dock down to about a 45-degree position. And then we're just going to let that lip fall all the way down until it stops. It comes up against the lip stop bolt. Now, once that's there, you continue lowering it down into the lip keepers. Okay, now we have this stored into the lip keepers, so we can pluck those first two pallets or whatever material is in there and pull them out. Once that material has been removed, then we're going to hit the raise button until the very front of the lip clears the back of the trailer. Once that lip clears the back of the trailer, you take your hand off the raise button and hit the lip extend. Now the lip will go back out, sticking out. Then you may lower the unit into the back of the trailer and proceed like we discussed previously. I figured you guys might. So if you want to pause it and walk outside, or you want to stay?
No, just go ahead and...
Oh, run it down there. Do you want to film it? Okay, yep. We're gonna let it drop off again.
You can jump down there and explain what that is.
Okay, if you'd like to come with me. All right. Now, what we've got is we've got these lip keepers here, and the intention of the lip keepers is for storing this for the end loads previously discussed. As you can see, I put a vice grip in here. You can now see how the rotating hook, this will wrap around the rear impact guard. And we obviously had to do this to mock it up because we don't have a trailer in our dock to demo it. The carriage assembly travels up and down with the trailers. That can go all the way down to the ground. The nose assembly will curl up if it has to go low enough where this would make contact with the concrete. And that is pretty much how these operate.